welcome back to another lovely sunny day in Ireland. It's not sunny, and I appreciate those of you who message me in support of the crappy weather we have to put up with around here. I do appreciate it. So today, and it's been asked by a lot of people, a lot of visitors to the channel have messaged me on Instagram, and even I know there's currently at least one message sitting there that I haven't actually managed to move to my primary folder just because I haven't had time, that I believe was asking the same thing. So it says a lot that I think there's the desire out there for people to get this information, and that information is tips for a beginner rider, gear, etc. So we're going to be going through that today. We're going to get right into it. I don't want to waste your time. So tips for a beginner rider. Well, number one, right, and it's something that I'm going to say throughout this entire video, and it's kind of the standard for everything that we're going to talk about, right? Ooh, we're at some traffic lights, and it's still raining. Oh, I just love rain so much. So, what is my piece of advice? Well, it's quite simple. Crawl before you walk. Walk before you run. And run before you sprint. Simple as that, right? And that genuinely does carry through to all of the points I'm going to make. Ooh, that road is slippy and dirty. I love this bit of this road. But anyway, right? So what I mean by that is, I've seen a lot of guys recently, you know, they start out and they get the biggest bike that they legally can get straight out of the gate, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. If you can afford it, great. But then what happens is they can loop the bike, which is no bueno, and it does happen. And if you don't know what looping is, it just means that basically you flip the front of your bike over the back of your bike. So like I said, you wanna watch that for, like, if you are starting off first, right? There's nothing wrong with starting off in a 250. There's nothing wrong with starting off in a 125. There's nothing wrong with starting off in a 50cc. Just get your ass on a bike. It doesn't really matter what type, just get your ass on a bike. But the key thing is here for me, especially now, look, this might only apply to Ireland, more than countries that have better roads than us, and you know, you might not go around a corner into a car parked in the middle of the road, etc., because that does happen here. So don't start off on a nice Gixxer 1000, you know. You're not gonna be happy with that decision later on. If you start off on a bike like this, which by the way, this was my first road bike, my Fz6 600, and I still have it many years later, and the reason I still have it is because it's a brilliant all-around bike, and it was easy to insure because it's classed as a sports tourer. So around the bike thing, right, look, you can start on any bike you want. I'm not telling people you have to go start on a 250 or you have to go start on an R3 or anything like that, right? What I'm saying is, know what you're picking and why you're picking it. If you want a GSXR 1000 because you absolutely love them, fair play to you. Go get that bike. Get it. Oh, they're spreading slurry. It's in my mouth. Oh, I think I'm gonna get sick. Oh, that was powerful. If you want a Gixxer 1000, buy a Gixxer 1000. But you see this boy here, this is life and death, right? Don't go ham on the throttle. Learn to modulate it properly. Learn to actually, you know, corner with your bike properly. Learn to brake properly. Learn how to flow through bends, you know, like this, smoothly. Now it's really windy today, so it's actually catching my bike a bit, which is making it hard to be smooth. But that's essentially it. And then that's kind of the basics, really. You know, if you're picking a bike, pick one that you're comfortable with, pick one that you want, right? Pick one that you want. If you got a bike that you don't want, that you don't like, oh, that's a lot of water on the road. I want to go up this way. I've been up this way before. If you pick a bike that you're not happy with, that you don't like, what's going to happen is you're not going to ride it. Then the motorcycling community, I wonder what's in there, might lose another prospective rider. Personally, what would I do? If you're asking my personal opinion, I would not advise starting out on a 1000cc sports bike, because I've ridden them, and not only are they kind of terrifyingly powerful, in a good way, by the way. I like the power. Oh, this is cool. Nice little hill, lots of back brake here, almost no front brake, but lots of back brake. That was a nice hill. Big hill, but a nice hill. But they're really uncomfortable is the other thing about sports bikes, like really uncomfortable. So you might ride it sometimes on weekends or whatever, but you might not ride it enough, to really fall in love with the motorcycling. More back brake here, back brake. Oh, we'll go down a gear too. This is a big hill. A nice hill, but a big hill, and it's still raining. God damn it, alfalfa. Bit of front brake now that we're straightened up. Yeah. And that is the other thing, right? So we talked about bike and bike choice, and genuinely I'm a firm supporter of buy whatever the hell you want, provided you're gonna ride it. If you're buying it purely because it looks nice and you've never tried one that large or whatever, and if you're in Ireland, definitely don't go for 1000cc. Not because it's 1000cc, but because you won't get it insured, lads and ladies. I can't see. But you see, I'm comfortable doing this here on this road because I know it, and that's my next point, right? Again, back to the crawl before you walk. Thing, and that's why you never ride at 100%. Imagine I'd been going in there in order to lean. I would have been screwed, but see, I knew that entrance was there, so I don't often go too fast there. Up here is fine though. God damn it, I can't see again. But that was kind of my next point. Learn the roads, right? So again, back to the crawling thing. And you're probably going to get fed up of me talking about crawling, right? Learn the road, because roads have lots of little bends and they'll have little kinks in them and they'll be cambered the wrong way and stuff that you'll never ever be able to predict. And it is a case of learning them. It's time, it's really bumpy. But see, like there, right, the road surface is critical. You could hit a bump like that at speed and you might be able to see the bend. And you might think, okay, I know I'm going slow enough to take that bend, but it's not about the curvature, it's about the surface and the camber. So that's the other thing. Take your time, learn the roads. You'll get to go fast in time. Don't be trying to be, Marc Marquez out the gates or Valentino Rossi. If you're from an older generation like myself, Rossi was my hero. So the other thing I'm going to say is give yourself a chance to learn. So like what I'm doing here now, right? You're going to face times and you're going to be stuck in traffic. Now, the law and all those directions say to ride in the middle of the road. Personally, I don't. I ride towards the edge where I can see past everything, whether that be right or left. It doesn't really matter to me, provided I can actually see. But what I mean by that, giving yourself a chance, is give yourself a chance to learn road conditions. Give yourself a chance to learn driver behavior. You can watch, you don't have to know exactly what the car is going to do. You can watch the front wheels. You can watch how they're behaving kind of overall to get a good idea. Are they going to slam on the brakes randomly or whatever? Because that does happen. Ooh, that's quite pretty. I like it. If you're new to riding and you're hell-bent on being an all-seasons rider, which I, again, fully support, I do it. But again, give yourself a chance to learn that. Don't go out in the first full named storm that comes up, out into storm Cool Adriana or whatever else. Just she's tearing roofs off houses and whipping dogs up into the air and flinging them out to God knows where. Don't do that. Give yourself a chance. You know, light rain, fine, absolutely. All that good stuff is fine. If it's a bit cold, on you go. But if it's in the minuses and there's possibly ice on the roads, don't do it to yourself. Again, it's just a thing of, you know, you'll go do it and you'll probably won't enjoy it, and it might put you off biking. None of us want that, right? We all want more bums and bike seats. Maybe I should make that a thing. Bums and bike seats. Oh no. Oh, I did not see that in time. Because, truth be told, right now, like I said, I do ride all season round, or whatever you want to say, all of the seasons round. My biking season is the entire year, which is nice. The other thing about it is, to do that, you need to invest in the proper gear. And a piece of advice I got that I am going to pass on to you fine creatures of the YouTubes is don't spend all your money on your bike. If you spend all your money, then what you're going to do is you're going to skimp on your gear, right? And you're going to buy cheaper gear because, you know, you'll be like, oh, what, you know, I can buy this bike if I just spend slightly less on my gear. You will regret that in time. I bought this RST gear a long time ago. I put a lot of mileage onto it. I still have it. Is it as waterproof anymore? No, it's not. Is it as comfortable as it once was? Also no. But it served me for, you know, years upon years upon years. So it's done its job. It doesn't need to do more. A lot of people ask me about all the gear all the time, and again, I would be a hypocrite if I said yes. All the gear all the time, that's up to you. What you do have to have in Ireland legally, hello wall, is a helmet, an EC approved helmet. Now, if you're spending money on a helmet, I would advise that you get a full face in Ireland, because it's cold and it rains here. If you are in a locality where you're not required to have a helmet, by all means don't wear one. You know, if you want my advice would be to wear a good, certified, full-faced helmet. But I'm not going to tell you should or shouldn't. It's not my business. If you don't want to, don't. If you do want to, do. What I wear though, and I'll run through it real quick, is I have on me a pair of RST boots. They used to be waterproof. They aren't anymore. I also have a pair of RST. I see ya. RST textile trousers. I have on an RST textile jacket. These Bearing Moto summer gloves. Just because I prefer them when I'm moto vlogging, because it's easier to maneuver things and whatnot. And I currently am wearing my HJC FG-ST Helmet, which I have a full review up for if you want to see it. And if you want a more budget-friendly option, I also have one up there for the MT Thunder 3 helmet. For me, for beginners, what I would recommend is, you know, buying a decent set of gear while you can, before you invest in your bike, because as soon as you invest in your bike, all you're going to want to do is upgrade it and make changes to it. Trust me, I've been there. The other things then that I will say is probably more specific to Ireland, because I don't know what the insurance laws are in America. And I don't know what the insurance laws are really in the UK, but in Ireland, the whole walk before you can run thing really comes into play when you're looking for insurance. If you go out and you get a 1000cc bike off the bat, you know, you're going to be spending a hell of a lot of money to get it on the road. So for me, again, it's up to you. It's not worth it to me. To me, what I want to do is, I'd like to have affordable insurance so that I can spend more money on, you know, my gear and going places, on my fuel. Any bike is a starter bike, in my opinion, right? Obviously, some are more suited to being a starter bike because they're easier to ride off the bat. So yes, we went through the bikes, and like I said, anything's a starter bike as long as you're careful. We went through, you know, weather conditions, road conditions, stuff like that. But the biggest thing for me is just take your time. Honestly, if you take your time, you'll be fine. Whoa, that looks good today. Oh, we'll stop here again. I love stopping here. These people probably think I'm a complete creep. Whee! Would ya? But that's it, really. You know, take your time. Don't be some asshole headcase who feels like they need to, you know, be Rossi straight away. Don't buy the best bike you can buy straight away. You know, get your Fiat before you get your Ferrari. The one thing I will say is if you're buying gear, buy good gear. You'll regret it otherwise. You'll want to get rid of it straight away. That's kind of what I'd say with most things, to be honest. If you're gonna buy something, buy good something, or you'll just end up regretting it. So yeah, that's it really. I hope this was helpful. I really do. If you've watched, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Getting towards 1,000, and I'm pretty happy with that, so I'm pretty excited about it. If you want to share it, I would appreciate it. If you please do like the video if you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more stuff like this, then just let me know. You know, I have no problem doing it. I do them all the time for people these days. It's handy at this time of year because weather crap, so I can't go nice places after work. I just don't have the time, and I get dark too early. Also, it rains endlessly, so if anyone wants to adopt me into a sunny country, that'd be cool. So yeah, until next time, thank you very much for watching. Adios. Outro crew, let me know what you want to see on the podcast, you know, or do you want to see any more podcasts? Are you enjoying the podcasts? Do you think I'll hit 1,000 subscribers before my birthday, which is in June? Let me know in the comments. And if any outro crew who live in a sunny country want to adopt me, god damn it, let me know, will you?